everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Sarah here today. So before we get into this video, this is going to just be a video on my experience with narcissistic abuse / mental abuse, which they kind of correlate in the same factor. I've been wanting to do this video for quite some time. I just never was really ready to do it mentally, and I just kind of decided that now was the time, and I wanted to educate you guys on narcissistic abuse so that I could help out at least one person to prevent this from happening to them. Because I've gone through this with friends before, and it's just a really mind draining experience. Like, you just never feel good enough. We'll get into that, but I just figured I would make this video for you guys. I am in a good mood today, so don't think I'm just doing this because I'm sad. I actually am in a really good mood. I got a coffee this morning. Ryan bought me a coffee when we took him to work, and yeah, it's been honestly a pretty good day. But I figured I would just film this video for you guys today just to educate you guys on narcissistic abuse. Remember, there are always hotlines to call as well if you guys need help, and you know, obviously video can't solve everybody's problems, but if I could just help one person, then that is the point of this video, right? So let's go ahead and just jump right in. Also, I will have to say before one more thing. If anybody comments someone's name in the comment section that knows me personally, I will delete the comment, and I will probably be pretty ticked off at you, because this video is not to shame anybody. It's just to talk about my experience with narcissistic abuse, and some of these stories aren't even going to be my experiences, so don't jump to conclusions either. I am going to be pretty serious in this video. I don't want allegations. I don't want people starting drama in the comments. I've thought about even turning the comments off for this video. We'll just see how everything goes, I guess. But yeah, before you decide to type away and say your opinion and say, you know, who you think this person is, please do not, because that's not respecting their privacy, nor is it respecting mine. If I wanted these people's names to be said, I would just say it. So let's go ahead and get right into this video. Okay, y'all, so the next thing I thought I would mention is the gaslighting. Narcissists like you to feel bad for them, so the ones I've encountered would do things like say they were out of stuff. It could be money, it could be you know, makeup, it could be something as little as like cigarettes or something, and they would basically say, you would ask them, hey, you want to hang out? And they'd be like, yeah. And then I'd be like, okay, what time? And they'll say something like, well, I'm out of this, so could we stop at the store and like get that or something, or can we stop at the mall? I've had that one before. And basically if you say no and you say, well, you're on a time crunch or something, then they're just like, okay, well, we can just go another day. Basically, most narcissists don't really want to spend time with you. And remember, this is down the line. So this isn't right away. Right away in that honeymoon phase, everything's gonna be perfect. They're gonna want to take care of you. If they're your friend, like I said, they're just gonna want to always be around you. But down the line, you'll start to see their true colors. For me, this was very interesting because I was such a naive person that I didn't really understand that this was a red flag. I was just like, oh, no, like, I'll just cancel my plans, like, which was so stupid. I would just say I'd cancel my plans so I could be with them, or just something super stupid that I shouldn't have done. Like, it's just so stupid that you do things for people that really don't honestly care about you and have a really crappy way of showing it. And that was just a big thing, constantly not getting their way. Narcissists, if they don't get their way, they get very angry at you and they turn it all around on you. You're the problem. It's all your fault. It's never their fault. That is another factor. That goes with blaming. So like I said, narcissists can never be wrong and nothing can ever be their fault. So say you're going to like the movies, right? And there's a car accident on the highway or something, and y'all are going to be late to the movie now. The narcissist will turn it around on you. A car accident that was not even y'all's car accident. This actually has never happened to me, but I'm just using this as an example. So the narcissist will be like, well, if we would have left earlier, then we wouldn't have been stuck in this accident. Even if they were the ones that were taking the long time. So like I said, narcissists can never be in the wrong. And another thing that you have to watch out for with them is that if you do call them out, they're going to try to run away. They're going to get very angry. They're going to just say they're going to leave and they're going to block you and never talk to you again. Oh my God. Honestly, do that. But when you're naive, and they also like to go for people that are very vulnerable and naive, which I was at the time. So that is why I was very easily manipulated. because I just cared for them too much, and they knew that, so they would just manipulate you, say they're gonna leave, say that y'all aren't gonna be friends anymore, just be like, never mind, just take me home, and then, you know, when you're so naive, you cry, you get upset, you beg, you're like, no, we'll just do it. You end up spending a lot of money on these people because they just use you all the time, and they want everything you have for themselves. They never want to share. They never buy you anything. Narcissists in the honeymoon phase will pay for you and they'll buy stuff for you, but in the end, you're always the one paying. You're always the one, and when you call them out, even if it's at their own place, like even if it's at their own apartment, if you call them out, it always just turns into a fight. It's never, oh, well, I'm sorry, I should pay for you. Even with friends, I've had this with friends before, like, they never want to pay. They always want you to drive. You're always using your car, your gas, your miles, everything, because it's all about them. They're extremely selfish. And yeah, that's just a couple more factors. It was just really just mentally draining. I remember just starting to get anxiety when I never had anxiety before, and it was just really bad. Like, I would get like heart palpitations and my heart rate would be going up when I would see these people, and I was always afraid to tell them no. If you ever have to fear telling someone no, that you know it's toxic. Like, and I knew deep down it was toxic. I just was so young and naive that I honestly didn't want to accept it, and I was afraid I was never going to have a person like this ever again. Why would I want them? Who knows? Or like even with my friend, I was always like, I'm afraid that I'm never gonna have a friend like her again. What should I do? You know, like, I guess this is just like how it's supposed to be. Like, I'm just gonna have to get over it. No, never do that to yourself. It's just not right. It's not right to your mentality. I started getting panic attacks because I was always afraid that I was gonna have to spend money on these people, and I didn't have the money, and it was just kind of stressful because I could never buy things for myself. And it was just really, really stressful. It was just very annoying, always having to take care of this person and them never being there for me. And also with a narcissist, you can never be upset. If you're upset, you're being dramatic. You're just thinking too much. You're psycho. You're just being crazy. You can never have emotions. And I think that is also a huge factor on why my anxiety got so bad and why I started having the mental issues that I dealt with for a while, because my hair is like really messy. Because of this narcissistic abuse, and that, again, like, you're too scared to ever talk to anybody about it. Luckily, I did talk to people sometimes, like, but it was too late by then. Like, the narcissistic abuse had already kicked in. So definitely make sure that you talk to people, and you have to clap back. Like, you honestly have to, or you're never gonna get out of it. Okay, y'all, so this next one is just probably every single narcissist or anybody that's dealt with a narcissist knows that this is the biggest thing. Narcissists are the biggest compulsive liars. Like, it's just beyond me. Like, I don't even think they realize that they're lying at this point, because they always just lie. Like, you honestly cannot believe anything that comes out of these people's mouths. That was my dog sneezing, if you heard like a little whimper. But honestly, it's kind of just like they lie so much. Like, you could ask them, did you sleep with this person? And they'll say no, and then find out from some other completely different person that they did, and then you call them out on it, and they just blame you for being crazy, or they blame you and get mad and say, why are you all my business, and start cussing you out and just being really low, shallow people. Honestly, like, there's just no explanation for that. If you don't want to get caught and you don't want to have an argument, then why lie? Like, I just, to this day, don't understand that, and I don't understand why narcissists do that. But they're the biggest compulsive liars, and the fact that you can't even trust your friend or boyfriend or whoever, girlfriend, anything that's coming out of their mouth is just, it's beyond me, and I don't ever want to go through that again. So I believe we already kind of touched on this subject, but they always will belittle your achievements. So you could get a good promotion or a job, a good job, and they have to comment on it. They have to get jealous. They have to belittle you and say, well, you know, you could have got that job sooner, or make it, like, they like to joke, I've noticed. So their joking is actually just the mental abuse part, because even though they're saying they're joking, you just don't joke the way narcissists joke, okay? Like, why do they have to say, like, when you get a new job, why'd they hire you? Like, how is that funny? Like, it's just, I don't know. That's not funny to say to anybody. Why are you trying to belittle someone? Why are you trying to put someone down? Another thing is, again, with makeup, they'll say one of their other friends is better at makeup than you, or a family member, or some random girl they freaking worked with or something. And it's like, why can't you just bring me up? Like, why do you have to always, I don't know, like, comment someone else is better than what I do? Like, who cares? Like, I'm happy with my achievement. Like, why can't you just let me have this achievement? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I think it's just because, like I said, they're very insecure. They have their own insecurities, so they have to take it out on you, and it's just kind of ridiculous. Like, sorry, my eyelash is weird, but I just don't understand. Like, it's completely beyond me. Like, why are you acting like that? Why do you have to be like that? Like, why? Another thing was name calling. That's just more of the mental abuse. That may not be all narcissists, but what I've noticed is that they have to name call you. They call you a B-word. They call you stupid. Stupid is like some people's favorite word. Like, I swear, like, everything you do, you're stupid. That was stupid. Why did you do that? That was stupid. Just get out of, oh, they have to shove you out of the way. They push you out of the way. They tell you to get out of the way. You're stupid. Just forget it. And it's like, I would just never speak to someone like that. Like, especially if I loved and cared about them. Like, why would you talk to someone that clearly cares about you so much? They call you ugly. They say that so-and-so's prettier, or you're not pretty enough. This doesn't necessarily happen to me, but I've heard stories of an ex of someone's say, this is why I broke up with you, because you were blah, blah, blah. She's better. And it's just like, anything else, honestly? Like, that's pretty much how it leaves you feeling. And then when you finally break down and start crying because you're just emotionally beat up and you just don't even want to be around them anymore, then they get angry. That's another thing. That's another big thing that anybody who has witnessed narcissistic abuse or been in it can probably totally agree with. That when you finally break down and you start crying, oh my God, why are you crying? Like, why would I not be crying? Like, would you rather me sock you in the throat, or would you rather me cry? Because two things could happen right here. And I'll just never understand that either. But that is definitely very hard. It's happened to me. I will say that's actually happened to me. The name calling, the breaking down because of it. And it's just not fair. Like, I didn't deserve to go through that. I was so good to these people. I still don't understand to this day why I had to go through that. I guess there was just something in my life that I had to learn, but it was ridiculous, and no one ever deserves to go through that. Another big one that, again, I have experienced is they brag about their flings or their ex-girlfriends or boyfriends. So they brag about constantly, well, I slept with this person. Well, I didn't do that to you because you weren't good enough. They always have to, again, the belittling, the name calling, whatever, but they brag about their flings, which, y'all, okay, if you're with a compulsive liar, half of the time, unless you know for sure that this happened, don't even believe what these people say. You just can't, because it's like, why? Like, not trying to, like, roast the person, but guy or girl, you can't be that attractive to where everybody wants you. You just can't. Like, that's just being a human being, right? So why everywhere you work or go or whatever, some guy or girl has to go after you and you have to hook up? Like, it just doesn't. When I was young, I believed it and I would drive myself mad over it. But now it's just like, shut up. Like, no, you didn't. I could go in there and ask this person, did you sleep with them? And they would probably be like, no. Like, stop believing the lies, and they're just trying to, again, make themselves feel better because they want this luxury fantasy life and they know it's going to hurt you. That's why they're doing it, because they know it's going to hurt you. So don't fall for the flings that they brag about, because in the past relationships, the reason why these people are so obsessed with their past relationships is because they probably messed up and they probably do regret it to an extent, but it's too late. Like, move on. The rest of us have. This one will forever piss me off. Like, this one was also a big factor on my mental health and my anxiety. So let's just get into it. So they never respond quickly to your text messages or calls. Pretty much never. Like, they will leave you undelivered, whatever kind of phone you have, like delivered, iPhone, Android, whatever, for sometimes almost a full day. Okay? Like, they will leave you on red, sometimes red, because they just don't give a shit about you. Like, they will literally leave you on red for hours upon hours. And then if you get mad, God forbid you get mad, and you call them out because, one, you're having anxiety, two, you need their comfort, three, you're worried they're cheating on you, whatever y'all's, fear is, everybody has their own things, they get mad. Again, are we surprised? They get mad and they're like, why are you so bothering me all the time? I don't have to answer you, blah, 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 XYZ, whatever. You're the problem, okay? Like, you're always the problem with these people. And that's why it's narcissistic abuse. And it's just not healthy. Like, they always turn it around on you. So you're the problem. You need to mind your own business. You need to stop bothering them all the time and let them do their thing. Like, they're not going to listen. Just, y'all, I can go on. I could literally, no. So, but when you don't answer, because I'm a little bit petty, so as I've gotten older, I started to give people kind of a taste of their own medicine, right? To see how it feels. If you do that back to them, it is like Satan's party. Okay, y'all? Like, it is just everything going wrong for you now. Like, your day's ruined. Your week's probably ruined. Your feelings are getting hurt. Like, you have to answer them at all times. You have to. I remember this one time I was at work a long time ago again, and I forgot to answer because I was working. And I saw my text it was 30 minutes. 30 minutes! Boy, you leave me on freaking delivered for 14, 15 hours, but okay, whatever. So I went ahead and answered the text, and I saw there was two from their name, right? And I was like, okay, cool. I said, I think they wanted to hang out, and they asked me if I was going to hang out with them later, and I didn't answer because it was busy at work, whatever. And they literally had the audacity to say, never mind, we just won't hang out. But again, you cannot answer me for hours when you're at work or you're at home and you just don't feel like answering. Get over yourself. Get over yourself. Do not let that slide, y'all. That is unacceptable, okay? Don't let that slide. That is such abuse and manipulation. Don't ever let that slide. If you have a friend that's going through that, literally go in your friend's phone and just block that person, delete them, do everything you can. Don't settle for that shit. Another thing that happens, this actually hasn't happened to me, but I know it happens to other people, is they make you feel like you'll never be with anybody else. Well, I guess it actually kind of has happened to me. So say you're not really with them anymore and you're talking about, even a friend, you're talking about, you don't want to talk to the friend anymore or anything. You're talking about new friends or maybe someone else you're interested in. They have to say something nasty, of course. They have to say, well, good luck with that person, or good luck finding someone you want, that you'll meet all these standards with. Why? It's not hard. There's obviously going to be someone that cares about you and loves me, obviously. I just don't understand, because again, they're insecure. They have a crap ton of insecurities they have to get through, and they're not. And it's just kind of like, why again are you making me feel bad? Like, honestly, it was really hard back then, but now I'd just be like, screw you, like, bye, get out. But like back then, of course, when I was young, it was really hard. And it's just ridiculous because they always have to say things like that, like, good luck finding someone else, or basically just to kind of bring you down and make you try to stay with them and make you beg for them, even if they don't even want you. They just want you to be like a toy. Like, they just literally want you to manipulate you and keep bothering you until you just crash, right? And another thing is, never pay attention to their friends, okay? Like, there can be obviously certain friends that you might actually like, but who knows what this person is telling their friends about you? And if you know you're not doing anything wrong and you are completely in the right, who cares about their friends? I didn't really meet a lot of these narcissistic people's friends, just because, thank God, I don't even know, like, I don't even have an answer as to why. I just never did. But it's just, don't bother even asking about their friends. Like, it's just dumb. Like, just don't. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth their opinions, because you already know most of the time they're gonna be talking shit about you to their friends because you're not obeying them, and they're gonna twist it and they're gonna make it sound like you're the bad guy. So just don't even bother with their friends. And they also like to hide you a lot. So they make it act like, you know, y'all are everything in the honeymoon phase, and they're gonna show you to everybody they know, and then you never meet like one person. And it's just kind of like, because chances are they're also cheating on you and they want you to be like non-existent. So yeah. Okay, y'all, and the last thing and final thing I wanted to talk about in this situation of like abuse and all that is, sorry, my leg fell asleep, is always tell your friends and family. Even if you don't want to. I know it's hard. It was very hard for me. You have to do it, because in the end, holding all those emotions in, ooh, excuse me, and that anxiety is just not healthy. It's not healthy for you. If, you know, calling them out's not working and you're too scared to leave, just tell your friends and family. They will help you if they really love and care about you. That was some of the things that I do regret. I did tell my friends and family a decent amount, but there was a lot of things that I just didn't end up telling people until years later. And by then it's too late most of the time. So it's kind of like they can't really help you. They can, you know, guide you to where it won't happen again. But other than that, just make sure you always tell, because there's always going to be someone there for you, and there's always going to be someone that cares and wants to help you. So make sure you always tell your friends and family, because this just isn't worth it. You might think you love this person. They might trick you to think that you love them and you're never going to find somebody else. But the truth is, you will find somebody else. You will find yourself again. That took me a long time to find myself and to start loving myself, because I constantly had to feel like I had to compete with all these narcissists, friends, interest, whatever, because I always was just so put down and felt like I wasn't good enough. And that's so toxic and just emotional to talk about, because I'm starting to love myself and I'm getting creative and having new ideas, and not being with a narcissist, not being around narcissists is just so relieving, because it's like you're free. You can do the things you love again. You don't feel trapped. So just remember, always love yourself, and please don't do this to yourself. Don't put years of friendships, relationships, whatever, with narcissists. Just get out of it. It's just not worth it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something from it, and I helped at least one of you guys. That's really all that matters to me, because unfortunately I didn't watch any of these videos back when it was happening to me, and I had to learn the hard way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next Saturday.